Hi everyone, welcome back to the Denied by the Crossbar podcast. It's me and Nick O'Shea again. How you doing, Nick?
I'm all good.
Yeah. Guys, today we can have a quick little football chat. We're going to run through a few little things, a few little pointers. Let us know what you think. We're going to start with Raheem Sterling. Now, my take on Raheem Sterling is he's been released by Chelsea. They've paid out his compensation. But it's ended a bit sour, and I'm kind of pissed for him, really, because obviously I'm glad he's free, but I think they disrespected him in a big way. I don't think they dealt with him in the right way, letting him train with the youngsters and all that stuff, letting him train at 6 o'clock in the evening. I think that's a bit too disrespectful for the ex-England international, Nick. What are you thinking, bro?
So affect a player quite a lot.
Mentally as well, you know?
Yeah, mentally and physically, really. I mean, if they're not in a routine, they're going to go out of shape quickly, less interested in the sport. Raheem Sterling still, I feel, has a lot to offer.
Definitely.
Not too sure about the Premier League. It would really, if you think about it, it's the big wages. He still wants the big wages. So the top six club, you know what? The only club I can sort of see taking a punt on him is maybe Tottenham.
He has been linked with Tottenham.
Yeah, he was also linked with Fulham as well. The problem is with Fulham, high wages again. He's probably going to want, your 150, 160k a
He was
week.
on 375 at Chelsea, bro, I think. 370.
There you go. There you go.
Wages.
I don't think a lot of clubs are going to want to take that. I think if he wants them type of wages, then you're going to have to go to your Saudi Arabias or the MLSs. He still has a lot to offer. I think he's a great footballer. It's not worked out for him at Chelsea. It didn't work out for him at Arsenal. I think he had his best stints at Liverpool and Man City. And if he can replicate half of that at another club, then yeah, maybe it might be a possibility, a Dortmund or a Bayern Munich. What do you think about that? What do you think about him going to the Bundesliga?
The Bundesliga, I think he will quite flourish there. I think players with pace, that's got a little bit of pace, someone like your Sancho and those type of players, they always do well there. Gittins has done well there. But I think he's still got a lot to offer. He's 31 years old. Remember, if he comes to the Prem, stays in the Prem, to like a Villa, he's a free transfer. He can sign now, he can sign at any time. So Villa, like I said, a Tottenham, someone like that, I think that'd be good because I think he's a goal-scoring midfielder. Goal scoring is the hardest thing in the Premier League to do, in the world to do. That's why strikers are cost a premium. Do you know what I'm saying? I think he can offer goals to any team he goes into. I know at Man City he was a bit systematic. I think that's why it didn't work for him at Chelsea, but goal scoring winger. I think what pisses me off is that it's the way he's had to leave Chelsea. They've longed him out and kept him there for the whole summer, all that time. They could just released him, pay him up his money. And I just think that's a bit sad for an England international. He was good for England. He left Liverpool on a bad note, but he was still a good player for us. We nearly won the title with Sturridge, Sterling, and Suarez. Went to Man City. His numbers are unreal for Man City. So there's a good player there still, 31, plenty to offer. And yeah, I think he'd be a good buy for someone. You wouldn't take him at Fulham, no? Besides the wages, let's say you said, I'll take 100. Would you take him?
The wages are a big issue for me. I think if he was to even be considered at Fulham, he'd have to take a massive pay cut. I think we could only offer, 100, 110.
Would you take him for 100 grand a week for a loan? Not a loan, but just to the end of the season?
I don't know. No, probably wouldn't because it'd be a lot of money to gamble on wages. I know he's a free transfer, but no, I don't think I would, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But it looks like by the way Chelsea have dealt with him, he kind of like fell out of love with the game. That's what it seemed like. If you see him, I respect him though. Big respect to Raheem Sterling. Listen, they had him training with the youngsters. He's posting pictures that he's training at 6 o'clock at night on his own and stuff. He never spat his dummy out. He wasn't disrespectful to the club. Nothing said badly. And in this day and age, for a footballer to carry themselves like that, you got to give him respect. Got to give him some love, man.
Oh, 100%. And especially like the bad rep he gets in the media for no apparent reason. Apparent reason at all. I totally agree with what you're saying. The question I want to ask you is, do you think he would be a good fit at Fulham? Or do you think he'd be a better fit at a team like Tottenham? If you was where would you go and why?
If I'm honest, I think he would suit Tottenham more because Tottenham play a bit more expansive, if I'm honest with you. I think you lot play a little bit more safe, a bit more pragmatic. He needs to be in a team where they're attacking, free-flowing, and he's going to get at the end of stuff. As Tottenham do, they play... Well, I say that, but they're more of an open team. Now they've changed a little bit, but they're more of an open team. Do you know what I'm saying? He reminds you of... He can get goals like a Brendan Johnson did at at Tottenham. Just be there for the tappings at the back post. He's good at that. Do you know what I mean? Finishing things off. I don't think they've got that. I don't think they've got a lot of pace in that team that they need, you know. But I think it'd suit Tottenham more than Fulham, you know. But we'll
Okay.
have to see where it goes. Free transfer. If anyone can take him, you know. I would like to see him stay in the Prem though, just to push it down Chelsea's throats a little bit, to say, look, I'm still here. You know what I mean? You missed out, you know.
I'll take him on that note then. Imagine if he's signed for Fulham and he gets a goal against Chelsea well, next season.
That'd be
Would
class.
be funny. Or if we was to get him in the FA Cup.
All right, let's jump over to Strand Larsen. Strand Larsen is Crystal Palace's new £50 million man, bro. Listen, that's a lot of money for a striker with one Premier League goal in 22 games, my bro. I know we've discussed this. I know you're not happy about this. This is crazy.
I'll use this analogy. It's kind of like overpaying for a Beko washing machine. It's a good name. It's a good name, but 22 one goal in 22 appearances. I mean, come on now. I mean, it's appalling. He's got 6 goals in all competitions.
Yeah,
but on the flip side, Wolves are struggling. They're not doing too well. It's a gamble that Palace have wanted to take. They thought that Mateta was out the door. He's now staying. More importantly, like, do you think he does well at Palace? How do you think he gets on? Do you think he can turn it around? His form?
Do you know what? I don't think his form. I know it sounds bad, like you said. We said one goal in 22, 6 in 25, or whatever it is. That's not great. But he did have a purple patch last year, and I think due to him and Cunha, Wolves stayed in the Premier League because of them. He went for a stage where he scored a few goals, away goals, some important goals. I think he's not going to go there and be their talisman and scoring 15 odd a season. But I think for a link-up man, for a good player, he's young. You can play off him. I just find it a bit of a strange one for Palace because Glasner's going, so. That's a Dougie Friedman sign, I suppose. He doesn't replace the goals that Mateta's got. Mateta hits, 15 plus a season, and hasn't this season yet. But yeah, it's hard. It's a lot of money, and you're thinking, not being funny, Palace have they've spent 35 million on Brennan Johnson. They've just spent 50 million. That's 85 million. And if I'm honest, I don't think they've got that many. They've got quality players for that money. If you spend 85 million in your Crystal Palace, it's like you guys, not being disrespectful, but you lot don't spend that much money. To spend 35 million on Kevin, I know Kevin's got to be a good player because you would not do it, you know? So for you guys to go and spend 85 million, you're thinking you're getting not world beaters, but for your level, top of the range players.
No, I'd agree with you, but
85 million
don't even get me started on how much we spent. That's a completely different story for another day. But yeah, you're right about Palace. I feel that they've overspent to sort of compensate how poor they're doing on and off the pitch. Obviously, we know that Glasner's going to leave at the end of the season. Mateta wants to go, and I've heard maybe Adam Walton wants to leave at the end of the season. It all seems to be crumbling down.
I don't want to come in Liverpool, bro.
He's a good player. He's a good player.
But let me ask you a question. Sorry to cut you. Let me ask you a question. And Mateta, so basically, he came out a few weeks ago. He said he wants to leave. Obviously, he's seen Eze leave. He's seen Gay leave. He says he wants to leave. What annoyed me and annoyed Crystal Palace fans, last week he didn't play, and they put it out there. They were just like, look, he's saying his head's not in the right place. And from time you're saying things like that to agitate for a move, I find that disrespectful because they've been paying your wages, them fans. That success you've had is in that team winning those trophies for those fans. I understand that you want to leave respectfully, but you got to be better than that, bro. So for instance, now, how is he going to deal with that? He's moved to AC Milan, fell through. He's going to sit there. What do you think? What's going to happen? Do you reckon the fans will welcome him back with open arms, or what do you reckon?
I mean, he's going to have to prove it to the fans. If that was my club, we've had that with Mitrovic. You need to be pulling up trees and producing the numbers. I think it's hugely disrespectful. They've given him a chance in the Prem. At least he can do is be professional, stay to the end of the season, and then leave. Yeah, he's going to have to come in the side and score a phenomenal amount of goals to win the fans back. Is he capable of doing that? Absolutely. Will he do that? It's 50-50, really.
Well, will he get his play considering Strand Larsen's in there? Will they just put him in and think, right, do you know what? You sit on the bench, mate. You want to leave? You bench you. Not be funny, the World Cup coming. He wants to be in that squad. He's been called up a couple of times. I know it'd be difficult because Ekitike is in there pushing hard for a place well, but he's been in the squad a couple of times, Mateta. So he's in and around the mix. If he's sitting on the bench, he's not going to get in that squad.
No, I agree. I agree.
Be tough. Let's head to the Championship. Look, on the weekend, Coventry lost. They dropped points and they had a 10-point lead down to Middlesbrough. They've dropped it. Now it's both on equal points. It's tough. It's disheartening when you're in that team and you're in that lead and you've dropped that many points. That's got to be hard for Frank to just get them up again, you know? What do you think?
It's a very, very difficult league to get out of. I know that being a Fulham fan, we've won the league, we've gone through the playoffs, and we've also been at the other end of the table. Coventry fans, they'd be very, very disappointed knowing the fact that they were 10 points clear of Middlesbrough. Now Middlesbrough are on level points. But Championship is a very, very strange league. One season, you could be down there in a relegation fight. Next season, you could be up there pushing your playoffs. Do I think Coventry will do it? Absolutely, but it's going to be difficult now.
Do you reckon they're going to win the Championship though, or do you reckon they're going to qualify in the top two now?
It's between Middlesbrough and Coventry, and also we'll throw a little shout out to Millwall in there because
they're doing well.
They're doing really well. They've just signed Patterson as a goalkeeper from Sunderland. I think the only thing that they didn't get was another striker. So it's between those three clubs, to be honest. Yeah, I think Frank Lampard will be really, really annoyed that they've dropped the 10-point lead.
Mm.
You know, it's 3 wins and a draw, really. I mean, you've got to just keep replicating that form and taking the games game by game, no matter if you scrape the wins. It's going to be tough, and there's still a long, long way to go. It's between Borough and Coventry. What do you think? Do you think that Coventry will win the league?
I don't know if they're going to win it. I don't know. I heard Frank on a couple of interviews on the weekend after they drop points again, and he was saying, "Oh, let's look at where we've taken the team from." And I totally respect Frank for what he's done because he came in there last year and they were 17th and they got them into the playoffs, which is amazing. I know the Championship's tight, but to go on a run to get them into the top 6, that was a good run. Because he said on the weekend, he said, "We know what we did last season." But you have to realise, because basically what he's saying is, on the second half of the season, they went this massive run. But then you got the new manager bounce, and then there was that new impetus, and you get that fresh face and that fresh voice. That's not there this time. So I'm worried, are they going to start falling back? And I'm thinking, Hull, Ipswich are strong. They lost their first game on the weekend for about 6 or 7, I think it was. They're doing really well. And I'm thinking, I think Coventry might fall into the playoffs. I don't know why. Hull are doing really well. We've got both of the top 2 on 58 points. We've got Hull on 53 and Ipswich on 51. Millwall in 5th on 50. It's tight. There's a lot of games there. They play a lot of games in the Championship. You know what it's like. But
it's very competitive.
Ipswich. I thought Ipswich had one of the best squads that went down last year. You know, so I don't know. I don't know. When you drop a 10-point lead, you can just start going backwards sometimes, bro. And they had such a flying start to the season. Mate, if I'm honest with you, they've been terrible for about a month and a half now. It's not like 3 games. They've been terrible for the last 2 months.
It happens to some sides, though. Towards the end of the season, when Fulham came up, I mean, it's not anything like Coventry's form, but we dipped off a bit. Same with Bournemouth. Championship, it's just a really difficult league to get out of, like I keep saying. They just need to be professional and just but get the performances back on track and start winning them games. Because before you know it, like you said, they could be in the playoffs. And I'm sure a lot of Coventry fans will be really annoyed about that.
Mate, I've just checked it. They've won 3 games in 13 games.
Yeah, it's poor. It's really poor form. It's relegation form.
They've had a couple of draws in there, but wins.
It's relegation form, not promotion form.
That's relegation form, bro. That's what I'm saying. So if they're on that downward spiral, you just never know, bro. You never know. Like I said, I think they will. I don't know if they'll come up, if I'm honest. I think they will make the playoffs. I think they're going to start sliding. I don't know why. I just get that feeling, you know.
Who do you think comes up then? Do you think Millwall got a strong chance? I'd love to see Millwall in the Prem.
I've got a good friend that's a Millwall fan, and he says they've got a strong team down there, and the new manager's doing really well, and they're pushing, and they've had some really good results. You don't want to be going down there to be playing. It's a tough place to go. We know it's a tough place anyway, but I mean, the team's playing well. Tough.
Yeah, it's a tough place even when they're not doing well. Don't I know it? I've been there 3 times.
I hear you. All right, a little bit of a twist this one, right? What we're going to do, we've got a few free agents that I picked out that are available for transfer. Let me know what you're thinking. We've done Raheem Sterling. Let's look at, we got Kurt Zouma. He's 31. He's been released by Cluj, Romanian club in September. Decent defender. Would you have him?
No, I don't think so. I think Sunderland should go after him. The They've got a team. They're nicknamed the Cats. He might like it up there.
I don't know how to take it there.
Let me know what you think of
Oh,
that
you're
one,
a
Sunderland
joker.
fans.
That's jokes. That's
No,
jokes.
in all seriousness though, no, I probably wouldn't have him at
I actually
Fulham.
think he's a half decent defender, though.
Mm,
Maybe as
mm,
time's passed. Maybe as time's passed. All right,
yeah,
next one we got Jesse Lingard, 33. He left Seoul. You know, he was in Korea. He left Seoul in December. We know he's a good, decent Premier League player. He had, you know what flopped him? He should have went back to West Ham and he would have been fine.
he
And he
should
didn't.
have. Well, no,
And
I
he
agree with
flopped
that
it.
100%.
You know, would you take him at Fulham?
No, too old now, too past it.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's fly through him. We've got Ryan Kent, 29. He was at Fenerbahce for a little while. Then he went to Seattle Sounders and now he's a free transfer. Decent
Absolutely
little player.
not. Absolutely not. They got rid of him. They got rid of him. They got rid of him at Seattle Sounders for a reason. No, he's way past it. No,
He's 29.
no.
He's not way past it, is he?
If he's not cutting it in the MLS, he's certainly not going to cut it in the Prem. Absolutely
Okay,
not.
fairs,
No.
fairs. We've got Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, ex-Liverpool boy, Champions League winner with us. He's 32 years old. He was released in August last year by Besiktas. He's not at a club since. I know a lot of people have been linking with Arsenal. That's because he's been training with them at their training ground, obviously, to keep fit. But would you take him at Fulham?
Yeah, I would actually. For a
Decent
6
little
month,
player, bro.
a 6 month deal, like we did with Willian, on his third return back to Fulham.
So many. That's mad.
Yeah, I think Oxlade-Chamberlain is a Marco Silva type player.
Yeah.
Let me know what you think, Fulham fans. Put in the comments below. Would you take Oxlade-Chamberlain? I don't think that's a question that's been put out there. Yeah, I would. I would. I would. I don't
Fair.
think he would be a starter. I think he'd be someone who'd come off the bench and maybe could change the game a little bit.
I think he'd be happy with that. I think he'd be happy to come back to the Premier League and do that for a team, you know? If you don't get him, he'd be a good buy for Celtic. I really like Oxlade. He puts 100% effort. He's a good player. Anywhere he goes, he'd do good. What do you think for Celtic, though?
He would absolutely rip it up in the Scottish League. Look at Iheanacho. He's done pretty well when he's been at him being at Celtic now. He's done pretty well. He's just come back from injury, but he's pulled up trees there. He's scored goals. Yeah, I think he'd do well in the Scottish League, and obviously he may be attracted to that because of European football, Europa League.
This in Europa League. Okay, we move on. We've got Serge Aurier. So he was, he was at the Persian Gulf Pro League side of Persepolis, but he was released in December. Decent right back, can do a job for a Premier League team or a Championship team. Would you have him? He's a bit erratic, but he's half decent.
What is him telling? What does it tell you that he's left? What is it? The Qatar? Is it the Qatari league? Is it?
No, that's the Persian League.
The Persian League, the Iranian League. Absolutely not. No way. He's terrible. I've seen him play at Spurs and I've seen him play at Nottingham Forest, and it's like watching someone, that's lagging on FIFA. No way. Absolutely not.
No way. Move on. We got Dele Alli, 29. The last club he was at was Como. He left Como in September. It wasn't going very well. He's been training in his own to keep fit, and he's 29. It's too early for him to retire, I still think there's a decent player in there if he gets his head right. He's at the right club. What do you think?
I don't think Premier League. I think Championship maybe for him. But I've heard that Bohemians in the League of Ireland are interested in him. I think that would be a pretty good move for him just to get him back into football. 6 month deal. I mean, their season starts what?
Were you taking a piss or?
February. No, I'm being deadly serious. Bohemians are after him, mate. Bohemians are after him.
The MK Dons start where he all started
Yeah,
off.
maybe League One, Championship. I don't think a Premier League club's going to offer him another deal. I think that's
I think that went with Everton. Everton, when it went wrong there, I think that was the end of the Premier League ones, It
is a real shame what's happened to Dele Alli's career. He's a phenomenal footballer. He scored some excellent goals for Tottenham, and he was on the cusp of becoming, a great, Championship.
Yeah. Really like him, top little player. Remember that goal that he scored against Crystal Palace when he caught him, flicked it and just turned around and smashed it?
Well, that goal, literally, you saying that, me talking about Dele Alli, that was a goal that was in my head that I was thinking about.
That's what you think of. That was an amazing goal, do you know that? But yeah, big up to Dele Alli, man. I hope he's all right. And yeah, I hope he gets back into football, and I hope he comes back to England where it all started for him. It'd be nice if he went back to MK Dons. That'd be a fairy tale story, for them. Okay, last one on the list. I've got Divock Origi, cult hero for Liverpool. He's 30 now, released by Milan in December. Worth a mid-season gamble. Decent little striker, can get you important goals. Wouldn't be a bad move for Fulham, considering.
If he wants to sign tomorrow, he loves a goal against Everton. So we've got him on Saturday. It'd be perfect opportunity, wouldn't it? How old's Divock Origi?
30.
Yeah, I would take him, actually.
I think it'd be a good buy for you lot. Just have him there. Not be funny. Muniz gets injured here, there, whatever. Sometimes Jimenez can't carry the count all the time. I think it'd be a good, decent little buy. He probably still got a little bit of pace and stuff as well.
Yeah, I mean, he could be our third choice or second choice striker. When Raul gets tired, we could bring him on.
I'll take him. Minutes.
Yeah, I'd take him on.
You know? Yeah, I think you're a good little player. But yeah, all right then, bro. We'll leave it there for today. Guys, any football fans, let us know if you'll take any of those free transfers. Anyone that will take Raheem Sterling, Kurt Zuma, Ryan Kent, Ox, Aurier, Dele Alli, or Divock Origi. Let us know in the comments what you're thinking. Would they be, or Jesse Lingard, would they be decent buy for your club, you know? But yeah, all right, Nick, nice one, bro. And we'll catch you on the next one, guys. Appreciate it. Guys, drop us a like and a follow. Nicky O'Shea, 1879 on TikTok. Drop him a follow. Does some really good content, some vlogging as well. He'll be going to the match on Saturday, the Everton match. Check him out. But guys, as a whole, thank you for the support, and check us out on YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs, and you got a chance of winning some merchandise. So yeah, jump over and hit the subscribe button. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button.